Can you guys see? Okay. All right. So section 2.3, multi-steps linear equations. Okay. So we're going to go over this section. Okay. So these are the steps. Okay. So I'll read these steps quickly. Okay. So how to solve for equations? Okay. First, we're going to simplify each side separately. If there are parentheses, and then clear parentheses. If there are fractions, clear out fractions. Okay. And then second step. Get variables to one side of the equal sign. Okay, put a variable term on one side. Okay, yeah, by using whatever property, okay, additional property, and get constant to the other side. Step 3, get rid of the coefficient by either, yeah, multiplying or dividing, or by using the multiplication property of the equality, and then turning the coefficient to 1. Step 4, check by substitution. Okay, so we're going to follow these steps to solve for equations. Alright, so I believe you guys did most of the questions last time, so in class we'll only do one together. Okay, so let's do question W together. Okay, if you have already done the question, no problem. If you haven't done that, okay, so let's do it together. Okay, so solve for this equation. Okay, 2/3 times by 2r plus 9 minus 1/3 times by 4r plus 18 equals 5. So for r is a variable. So what do you do, guys? Do we have parentheses? We do. Do we have the fraction? Do we have fractions? Yes. So you encounter a fraction, you encounter parentheses, we're going to clear them out, right? So first, let's see, we have parentheses, right? We have parentheses. So to clear out parentheses first, let's see what we can get, okay? So 2/3 times by 2r give us what?
4.
Yeah, this is 2r over 1, right? So 2/3 times of 2r over 1 actually is 4r over what? 3, right? And plus, what is 2/3 times by 9? I'm going to rewrite it here, okay? 2/3 times by 9.
Over 3.
Yeah, it's going to be,
But simplified to me,
yeah, 6, right? So 1 and 3, 2 times 3 give us 6, okay? And then, negative 1/3 times by 4r. Negative what? 4r over 3, right? And negative 1/3 times by positive 18. Yeah, negative 1/3 times by positive 18. So this is 1 and 6. So 1 times 6 is 6. Okay, equals what? Equals 5. This is after we clear out the parentheses. This is what we get. Okay, so let's rewrite this, everybody. 4r over 3 plus 6 minus 4r over 3 minus 6 equals what? 5. Like terms, right? These terms have the variable, right? So this is 4r minus 3. This is negative 4 over 3. What will we have? Are they canceling out? Yes. Oh, these two terms which has a variable, they cancel out. So now in this equation, 6 minus 6. What is 6 minus 6? 0, right? So eventually, left-hand side we have what? A 0, right? Right side we have what? A 5. In this equation, do we have any variables? Our variables are, right? Do we have variable r anymore? No. However, we still have an equation, right? And statement left. 0 equals 5. Is this statement true?
No.
No. So if this is the case, we say, do we have any solutions for r for this equation? Yes or no?
No.
No, okay? So no solution, okay? So this is a no solution case, okay? So that's why, okay, that's why, okay, this is a previous page, okay, from this section, 2.3, right? It says, if the variable cancels out, there's no way to solve for one solution. So we have two special cases, right? What are the two special cases? If you're left with a true statement, like negative 3 equals negative 3, 0 equals 0, 2 equals 2, 10 equals 10, then x equals what? Any real number. Okay? So there are infinitely many solutions that you can substitute in for x to make this statement true. The other case is what? If we do have variables, however, we have a false statement left, say -3 equals 2 or 0 equals 5, right, in our question. We say the original equation has what? No solution, right? Okay, because you cannot find such an r, right, or x, what makes original equation satisfied, because we will always get a false statement. So we say there's no possible number that can substitute in for x to make this statement comes true. Okay, so that's good. So what are the two special cases? Without a variable, a true statement give us infinite many solutions. A wrong statement or false statement give us what? No solution for the system. You guys, everybody? Okay. All right. So that's why, okay, in this question we say, oh, there's no solution for the problem because we have a false statement eventually. Everyone, so that's good? Have you done these questions 3, the question A, B, and C last time? You did? Cameron? I saw you did a group work. No? You did? Alright, so perform each translations. I think there are more practice questions in the next section 2.4, so I will leave this question 3, okay? And then let you try these and then practice, in group work or by yourself and check with the key. Okay, so this is section 2.3, okay? I just want to mention that. How to solve for an equation? Clear premises, clear fraction, and then what do? Combine like terms, make a variable on one side, constant on the other side, then solve for the variable, and double check. Okay? What's up?
How could you do
Oh, okay, yeah. Two numbers have sum of 11. One of the number is y. What expression represents the other number?
I got really confused.
Two numbers, okay? Say one of the number is y, right? So what is the other number? Do we know? We don't know. We can let the other number to be what? X. There are two numbers. One number is x, the other one number is what? Y. The sum of these two numbers is what? 11. We want to find what? X, right? What expression represents the other expression, number x, x, right? So how do you solve for y? How do you solve for x? How to isolate x on one side? What do we do? Subtract y from both sides. We'll have x equals what? 11 minus y. We're done. So, what is the expression represent the other number? 11 minus y, right? Say, these two numbers add up is 11. One number is y. How about the other number? The other number should be 11 minus y, right? So that gives us the x, right? So answer is this, 11 minus y. Alright, so this is section 2.3, okay? Now let's move on to section 2.4, okay? Applications of the linear equations. This is a hard section, so that's why we need to take more time to do this section, okay? Alright, I'm going to ask volunteer to read the steps about how to solve for the word problem. Word problem is always challenging for us. Who want to read? Jose, can you read the entire table, please?
Yep. How to solve word problems. Read the problem three times what is being asked to find. Draw a picture to help. 1. Step people doing actions. 2. Table of organized data. 3. Shapes the lengths and area. How many unknowns are you trying to find? 1. One unknown, the assigned X is unknown, define X equals cost of the ticket. Two unknowns, the assigned X is too unknown, you know the least amount of information about an assigned expression with X in it. For the other unknown, do you have an additional information about X equals cost of movie tickets, X plus 2.5 cost of popcorn, right? And the equation using X. This is where the picture may be helpful. Solve the equation. Uses steps 2.1 to 2.3 to solve the equation. State the answer using units. It is reasonable. Think logically about the problem. Check it in the original problem.
Very good, thanks. Okay, so how do you solve for the word problem? We have some steps. First step, we have to read it a couple of times, and then to get to know this question. Okay, and what is being asked to find, what is the given information, read the question, okay, problem a couple of times. Step 2, what do we do? Draw a picture if possible, okay, draw a picture if possible. And then figure out what? How many unknowns are you trying to find, okay? How many unknowns are we trying to find? Then use the equation involving X, solve the equation, and then what? Double check, okay, double check. So, we're going to try most of the questions or some of the questions from this section, okay, 2.4, okay. So, the examples, for these first 3 questions, have you tried these 3 questions? Any question from the first 3? Cameron, do you have a question from the first 3?
I was questioning about number 2.
Number 2. All right. A problem requires you to find the temperature outside in Fahrenheit. Which choice would not be a reasonable answer? Which choice is not a reasonable answer?
Sorry, wrong number. I mean, number 1, I'm sorry.
Number 1, okay. So what is the answer for this question 2? D. 200 degrees in Fahrenheit. Oh my God, outside temperature that high? Not reasonable. We may have a 74 degree, we may have a -3, we have a 0. That makes sense, right? 200 doesn't make sense. So question 1. A problem requires you to find the number of points scored on a quiz. Which choice would not be a reasonable answer? Grades for a quiz. Can we have negative score for a student? I've never encountered I give negative score to a student. Cameron, right? Number of points scored on the quiz. You may have a 100%. You may have a 14%, that means you fail, but you get something slightly. You may get a 0%, that means either you didn't submit your project, either this is a quiz, or you're wrong for every single question. But can you get a -3?
No.
Number 3, a problem requires you to find the miles a typical Ivy Tech student drive to school each day. Which choice would not be a reasonable answer? Drive for 0.3 miles, very close, right? 3.3 miles, yeah. We're very far away, 33 miles, but can you drive 0 mile? Yes or no?
No.
No. Except for you live here, right? You live here at Ivy Tech. So, A. Everybody, so that's good? Everybody, Daniel? Okay, got it? Okay. Alright, so word problems. Okay, we have many practice questions. Okay? So, I'm going to show you some of these problems and I will give you time to practice some in class as well. Okay? Question 4B. Daniel, can you read the question for us?
If 5 is added to a number and the sum is tripled, the result is 11 more than the number. Find the number.
Alright, thanks. Looks very fancy. 5 is added to a number, then blah 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 blah. Find what? The number, right? What is the unknown quantity? What is it we're looking for? We need to find out. This number, right? So we're going to let the number to be what? X, right? We want to find this number, so we let this number to be X, right? So every time we encounter a number, what do we replace the number by? X. Number X. Okay, so let's try to build an equations, hopefully. 5 is added to a number. What operation I will use? Added. 5 is added to a number, X, addition. So 5 added to X. Alright. And the sum is tripled. What does triples mean?
That's 3.
3 times off, right? The sum is triple means either use this times by 3 or use 3 times by the sum, right? The result is 11 more than the number. What is this number? X. So the result is means equals 11 more than the number. So how do we build up the right side of the equation? 11 plus X. Yes. So we build the equation. What do we do? Solve for the equation, right? How to solve for it? Distribute it properly, right? 3 times 5, 15. Plus 3 times X equals 11 plus X. How to solve for the equation? 3x and x variable term. We want to make it on one side, right? How? Subtract this variable term which has a smaller coefficient. We also do not want this 15 on the left hand side. So what do? We want to get rid of it because eventually variable term will be on the left side. So how to get rid of 15?
Minus 15.
Minus 15, right? So 15 minus 15 gone. 3x minus x, 2x, right side. X minus x, no x. What is 11 minus 15? Negative 4, right? And then in order to isolate x, what are we going to do? 2 times x, divide by 2 from both sides. So x equals what?
-2.
-2. We're not done yet. We have to double check, right? Double check to see whether x equals -2 is a solution for the word problem or not. By how? Check. If 5 is added to -2, what should we get? What's 5 added to -2? 5 plus -2?
3.
Positive 3. 3 is tripled. What is 3 tripled? 3 times 3 is what? 9. Right? 9. So, 9. The result is what? 11 more than x. What is 11 more than -2? 11 plus -2, right? Is 11 plus -2 equals number 9? Yes or no?
Yep.
Yes. So 9 equals 9. Yes. Okay? So, yes, x equals -2 is a solution for the problem. Everyone? Cameron? Daniel? Jose?
Yep.
Okay, so this is question 4B, okay? 4B, I will let you try some other questions. Okay, let me show you more. Okay, show you more. Alright, so I would say that let's do question 5A. Daniel, have you already read it just now? You read it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Cameron.
In 2008, firms Pizza Parlor and Burger Palace together had revenue
Revenue,
totally
$470,000.
if Burger Palace took 90,000 less than first Pizza Parlor, how much did each take in revenue?
Okay, thanks. 2008, Pira's Pizza Parlor. My pronunciation is not good either. And Burger Palace together had revenue totaling this much. Do you understand revenue? What does revenue mean? Your incomes, right? The money you collected, the money you get, okay? Alright, if Burger Palace took in 90,000 less than the Pure Pizza Parlor, how much did each take in as revenue? So how many places are taking revenue together? How many places? What are the two? How many places? Two, right? One is what? P, okay? I would say PPP, right? So Pizza, Pizza Parlor, right? So PPP. What is the other place? Burger Palace, okay? So I would say this one is PP, this one is BP, okay? Yeah, whatever, okay? So PP and BP. Together they have what? 470,000. Right? So we know the sum of these two's revenue equals 470,000. Right? If BP's revenue is 90,000 less than PP, how much did each take as revenue? What is the question asking us to do? Find what? For both of them, right? Each of them, right? How much did each take as revenue? So we want to find what? PPP. We also need to find what? BP. Okay? Sum equals this much, and then, we want to find them. Okay? Well, the thing is, if we're going to assign variable, which place or restaurant do we want to assign variable X for it? BP is 90,000 less than PPP, right? So compared with PPP, BP is less. So we let PPP has what? X dollars revenue. Why? Because BP will be what? 90,000 less, right? So if PPP is X, BP will be what? X minus 90K. Do you agree with this, right? Alright, so we know. Now we know. One is X, the other one is X minus 90K, 1,000. So how can we build the equation with these variables? The sum of these two must equal what? 470,000, right? So what do we do? Add up the X by X minus 90,000. In total give us what? 470,000. If you want to keep the dollar sign, that's also fine, okay? So we must solve for X, right? So X plus X minus 90,000 equals 470,000. We have a parenthesis, right? To clear out the parenthesis, what should we do? Distribute by what? 1, positive 1, right? So X plus 1 times X is X. 1 times by negative 90,000 is negative 90,000, right? Equals what? 470,000. Now to solve for X. How to solve for X? Like term, right? X plus X gives us what? 2X. And then in order to get rid of the negative 90K from the left hand side, what should we do? plus 90,000 from both sides. See, negative 90,000 plus positive 9,000 is gone. Right side, what is 470k plus 90k? Use your calculator.
That's gonna be 500.
560,
100,000.
yeah, 560,000, right? And don't forget we want to solve for x, right? How to isolate x? Divide by 2 from both sides, right?
Yep.
So divide by 2, I'm going to write it here. From both sides. So x will equals what? 560,000 divided by 2.
280,000.
280,000, right? So that means PPP's revenue is 280,000, okay? However, we're not done yet. We also need to find what? Burger Palace, right? BP. So how? We need to find x minus what? 9,000, which is 280,000 minus 90,000, right? So compute 280k minus 90k give us what?
190,000.
Yeah, 190,000, right? So now, yeah, we have two answers, okay? We have 280k and 190k, okay? One is for what? Pizza Parlor, okay, the other one's for what? Burger Palace, right? But are these two numbers indeed the solution for the problem? Let's double check. It says, these two places together have a revenue totaling 470,000. Sum of these two equals 470,000, yes or no?
Yeah.
280k plus 190k equals 470k, yes. So if BP is 90,000 less than PPP, right? Is 190,000 less than 280,000, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Then, oh yes, these are the two revenues from each place. You guys, so that's good? See, we read the problem and look for what are the, unknown quantity we need to find. Then we assign variables, build the equation, solve for the equation, and we double check. That's the idea for solving the worst problem, okay? But it's easier said than done, okay? A lot of times when we encounter a word problem, we're like, oh, how to solve the problem, right? So we have to read the question a couple of times sometimes, draw a picture if possible, then keep on doing the problem, okay? So these are the questions, okay? Well, right. For consecutive integer problems, okay, so I'm going to choose one so that we can do together, okay? So let's do question 6b. Jose, can you read the question for us, please?
Yeah. When these are two consecutive odd integers is added to twice the greater integer. The result is 187 finding the integers.
Okay, very good. Sure, go ahead. So, do you understand what are called consecutive integers? Next to each other, right? 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, right? Consecutive integers, the older, the more, I would say, the greater one is one unit more than the lesser one. However, for consecutive odd integers, so what are the consecutive odd integers? Can you give me examples? 1 and what? 3.
5 and 9.
Yeah, 5 and 9. No, 5 and 9 is not. Consecutive, okay? Consecutive odd integers are what? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so consecutive. You miss a 7, right? Or maybe -1, -3, -5, and so on, okay, and so on. So what's the difference between every two consecutive odd integers? What is difference? What is the difference between number 1 and 3?
Right? One.
So 3 is just 1 greater than 1.
Oh, 2.
2. Okay, consecutive integers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 0, -1, -2, blah blah. These are called consecutive integers. The difference between every two consecutive integers is what? 1. How about the consecutive odd integers? What's the difference between every pair of consecutive odd integers? 2. Okay, so that means if we assign one integer is x, the other integer must be what? Either x plus 2 or x what? Minus 2. That makes sense? Okay. Alright. Question is, find the integers. Find what? Find the integers of what? The two consecutive odd integers. There is a lesser one, there is a greater one, right? So how can we assign variables? There are two consecutive integers. We know there are two numbers apart. Two numbers apart. So if one variable is x, one number is x, integer is x, the other one must be what? X plus 1 or minus 1. So let the smaller or lesser integer is x. The greater one must be what? What is that? X plus 2. You guys agree with this? Or if you assign greater integer is x, then your lesser one should be x minus 2. Either way, okay, either way. You guys? Alright, so now let's build the equation, okay? When the lesser of the two consecutive integers, which is x, is added to, because x is added to what? Twice of the greater integer. 2 times the greater integer. What is greater integer? X plus 2, right? The result is 187. Right? Lesser integer, which is x, added to twice of the greater integer, which is x plus 2. The result is 187. Can you solve for the equation quickly by yourself? Eventually, I need an answer from you. Have you got your x? No?
Isn't it 90.5? Or equals?
Did you distribute the 2?
Yeah.
Did you distribute the 2 to this 2? You get a 4?
Oh, I forgot to add the other x.
You forget. So it's 3x equals what? 183. So divide by 3 from both sides, x equals what? 61. Okay. So let's check. Okay, let's check. So if the x equals 61, how about x plus 2? 63. Okay, so let's see whether these two are the solution for our question or not. It says the lesser integer, which is 61, is added to, okay, 61 is added to what? Twice of the greater integer, which is 63. Is this result equals 187? Check. 61 added to twice of 63. Is this result equals 187? What's 2 times by 63?
126.
Yeah. What is 126 plus 61?
Plus 61.
187.
187. So yes or no? Yes. Okay. So yes, all these two consecutive odd integers are 61 and 63. Now also I want to let you know is, for every two consecutive integers, the difference between them are just 1. But for consecutive odd integers, the difference between every two of these integers is what? 2. How about for consecutive even integers? What's the difference between each of those even numbers? 0, 2, 4, 6, and so on. -2, -4, and negative and so on. What's the difference between every two even numbers? 2, yeah. Every two consecutive even numbers, the difference is what? Is 2. Alright, let's move on to the last type of the question. It's called what? Supplementary and complementary angle problem. What types of angles are called complementary angles? If the sum of these two angles equals what? 90 degrees, then these two angles are called what? A pair of complementary angles. Have you learned this before or no?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. How about supplementary angles? If the sum of two angles equals what? 180 degrees, it's called what? Supplementary angles. Right? Alright, now let's solve for some problem. Okay? Whose turn to read the question?
Find the measure of an angle such that the sum of the measures of its complement and its supplement is 142 degrees.
Okay, good. Find the measure of an angle. So what is the required quantity? What is the quantity we are going to look for? We're going to solve for. Measure of an angle. We want to find such an angle. Right? So we let this angle to be what? X. Such that the sum, that means we're going to add, okay, sum of what? The measure of its complement and its what? Supplement. Sum of what? Its complement by what? Supplement equals what? 142 degrees, right? This angle's complement plus this angle's supplement equals what? 142, right? So far we only know, and we want to find the angle. What is the complement of this angle? That means if one angle is x, the complement of the angle should be what? 90 minus x, right? For supplement, if one angle is x, the other one is what? 180 minus x, right? So, complement of x is what? 90 minus x, okay, 90 degree minus x, plus, what is supplement of x? 142 degree. Now solve for x. Please give it a try. On the left-hand side, we have parentheses, right? Get rid of the parentheses. Like terms. For the variable terms, we have negative x minus x give us what? Negative 2x, right? 90 plus 180 give us 270. So 270 degree minus 2x equal what? 142 degree, right? So this term, we want to leave it on this side, okay? But we don't want this 270. Stay with x, right? So what do we do?
Minus 270.
Subtract by 270. Subtract. So we'll have a negative 2x. Right side, what is 142 minus 270?
128.
What?
128.
Positive 128?
Or negative 128.
142 minus 270 give us negative what? 128 degree. Well, in order to solve for x, how?
Divide by negative 2.
Yeah, you're right. Divide by negative 2 this time. So x will equals what?
64.
Yeah. Negative 128 divided by negative 2 give us what? Give us 64 degree. Alright, let's check. If an angle equals 64 degree, what is the complement of 64? 90 minus 64. 26 degree. What is a supplement of 64? Well, 80 minus 64. 106. 106. Oh, 16. Yes, you're right. 116. So, is the sum of 26 and 116 142? Check it. 26 and 116, the sum equals 142?
Yeah.
So that means this angle is indeed 64 degree.